Hello, beautiful people. I'm Chris Maddox, founder of the Wild Woman Project and Wild Woman Fest. And I'm speaking to you today because we always meet like this at new moon time. And the new moon is upon us. It arrives on November 26th and it initiates a moon cycle which will carry us all the way through December 24th. So, this is a really sweet moon cycle for a couple of reasons. Number one, in cultures and traditions all over the world, there are all kinds of celebrations going on during this time. So beautiful. And so many of those celebrations have to do with light in some way. So, light is really one of the qualities of the fire element. The second reason that it's awesome as a moon cycle is it's really the last days of a decade. The last days, I'll be like living into the last days of this decade, and on the horizon, a new decade and a new year 2020. So there's something really beautiful and potentially useful in this period for us. So I want to say, our theme of the moon cycle here at the Wild Woman Project for this cycle is dawn of joy. So, dawn of joy. So, we have in that theme two doorways. So, the first doorway really being dawn. So, dawn is that liminal space between nighttime, moon time, rest time, subconscious, and daytime, sun time, activity time, conscious. This bridge is really dawn. It's like the space between those two worlds. So it's a really interesting and really dynamic time of day. So we have the opportunity this moon cycle to really contemplate dawn, to go out and to experience dawn and see what it has to say to us, and think of dawn. What is dawning? As we look towards 2020 and a new decade, what is dawning? What is right there on the horizon? And really remembering that the future is mutable, right? So that together, who we're being and how we're seeing and what our collective dreams are for what that next decade will be, what that next year will be, what the future holds, that we are creating that together. And for those of us who are on the path of the wild woman, who are using our, both the feminine and masculine principles within ourselves. So both our intuition and imagination and our reason and planning and making of structures. As we look towards what 2020 will bring and what the next decade of time will bring, it's like really potent creative energy, and we can really stand like a bridge between, bringing together these parts of ourself, that which is lunar and receptive and reflective, and that which is solar, which is like logical and structure building and forward moving. And we can use both of these aspects of ourselves as we dream into what 2020 and the next decade will bring. So that's really exciting. These are really these are the last days of this decade. How will we use them? So we can think of dawn And we can ask ourselves, what is dawning? So we have the dawn piece of the theme. And the second doorway that we can walk through is the doorway of joy. 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 Such a tiny word for such a big offering. So this is the second time that joy has been in our theme in the year 2019. And the big reason for that is that joy, the cultivation of joy, understanding ourselves well enough to know how we can cultivate joy for ourselves. It's a little different for each and every one of us, and in some cases, a lot different. The reason we focus on it is because joy is life-giving. Joy brings us energy. There are all sorts of forces on earth, in this reality, in this shared experience of life that we are all having. There are all kinds of forces. And I know the people in the Wild Woman Project. I know, those of you who are watching this video, there is a strong commitment to service and to care for one another, to care for the natural world, and to care for ourselves. And that's deep and it's real and it's super powerful. So as those of us sort of like open-hearted, service-oriented human beings, step into each and every one of our days, and we meet challenges that are personal or in our community or in the collective human experiences. There are so many interesting challenges facing modern human beings. And the future is mutable. As in, we can change it. We have the power to craft and cultivate it by what we're thinking, how we're thinking, what we're saying, how we're saying it, what our actions are, and how we are embodying our actions. We are contributing to shaping whatever the future will be, both on a personal level and on a collective level. And so joy is this thing, this powerful tool that we have to keep our hearts strong, to keep us replenished so that we can continue to meet challenges that come our way, which they inevitably will. But if we can find time to experience joy and to like really let ourselves drop into those things that make us joyful. And they don't have to be big, extravagant things. So often the things that bring us joy are actually very simple. Like one of the things that really brings me joy is just cackling with with the people that I love best, It's just making each other laugh. Another one is light. Like honestly, just light. There's light beaming into my office right now, right? This beam of light is just bringing me so much joy if I allow myself to go, gosh, isn't that beautiful? Isn't it amazing? Sort of mind blowing to consider that that light is coming off the sun and thinking about those kinds of things also brings me joy. So asking yourself this new moon and throughout the moon cycle, what brings me joy? And really knowing that the cultivation of it it's a tool for light workers, It keeps us strong and it keeps us steady in, the process of life. So I want to invite you this new moon to commune with light. So that could be the light of the sun. It could be the light of the sun reflected off the moon. It could be the light in your space, a candle. Befriend it. Talk to it. hi sun, hi light, hi candle, hi fire, whatever it is, hi flame. And you can say honestly whatever you want. Like, the elements will hold our secrets. You can say whatever you want and just make space to listen. I find like the asking of questions is so great. And that's exactly what I did in preparation for making this video. I woke up at dawn. I saw the light, coming up over the mountains. And I felt this message come through so strong, which was like, ease in, like ease into the day. Because in order for us to really experience the beauty of that bridge space between rest time and subconscious time and action time and conscious time, we there to utilize that bridge, can't jolt ourselves out of sleep, but sort of like ease into the day. So that was the message I got. I reached for my journal. I wrote down a couple of things I could remember in my dream. Again, sort of, and I found meaning in that too. I was like, wow, yeah, that's like bridging the gap between my subconscious, my dream life, and my conscious mind, that which I'm consciously aware of. So see what light has to say to you today. That's what light and dawn said to me today. So on this new moon, I encourage you to go out. So we'll be exploring this all moon cycle long at the Wild Woman Project. If you would like to explore this theme in a deeper way and inside of a community, we have Wild Woman Project circles happening all over the globe in 18 countries. And we even have several circles, which are telecircles, which you can join in online. So you can find a link to find those underneath this video. If the idea of sitting and going through this, doing a little meditation and sharing and journaling and ritual sounds yummy or interesting to you, I encourage you to trust that and find a circle near you. And the other way that we're going to explore it, another way I should say, is through Wild Woman School. So Wild Woman School will happen on Monday, the 9th of December. And we're going to go really deep into this dawn of joy thing. We're going to do a lot of reflecting on that idea of the space between the two decades that we're in, and what is dawning, and what is our new dream, and what is our vision. We're going to consciously call in joy together using ritual and meditation and contemplation. So if that seems really fun for you, you can join online from anywhere. And if you can't make it live, if you sign up, we will send you a recording. And Wild Woman School is becoming my favorite day of the month. So I hope that you can join us. Okay, beauties, have an amazing moon cycle. Let there be light. Let there be joy. Let there be time to really tune into what is dawning in your life, in your heart. What is dawning for our world? What is our new dream? Thank you so much for listening.